Welcome to Candy's World on Wheels podcast. We have some very, very international guests here with us. We're very excited. Today we have Jason, Grant, and Henry, and they have come to visit WOW from China. I'm not going to try to say the town they're from, but they'll tell you a little bit more about that. But we really appreciate you making the trip all the way here to see us. It's been a great relationship that we've had for a very long time. So, Jason, please tell me a little bit about yourself and your first trip to America.
Okay. I'm Jason. I'm 41. I'm from China, and I work for NT Fairing. This is my boss, Grant, and that's my colleague, Henry. So this time we visit U.S. It's a business trip. We go visit customers, and Candy for sure is one of our important customer here in Georgia. Well, it's a fun trip. We first arrived California and drive around, meet customers, and then go to Texas, and then here in Georgia. And after this, we will go to North Carolina and then go down south to Florida, and then go back to Los Angeles and go back to China. It's like a 2-month trip.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. And you're driving this whole time, or you're flying and driving?
Flying and drive.
Okay.
But
China's
in the east, we would drive all the way.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, the east is a little better suited for driving than across the country.
Yes.
China is a very big country itself, but do you find that the U.S. is bigger than you thought since you'd never been here before?
Actually, this is my 4th time visiting U.S.
Oh, it is your fourth time. Oh, fourth time.
But
Okay, I thought it was your first.
His first.
His first. Okay. So, Henry, is the United States bigger than you thought?
Yes, especially for the car speed, it's crazy. Yeah, too fast.
Too fast?
Yeah.
No.
I think it's a little bit dangerous for me.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, you have the Tesla that's driving for you, so you set it and forget it,
Yeah.
right? Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
but I know the for example, the ocean is very clear and the sky is very blue and the people is very friendly.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, very good. I don't know where you've been, but that's an awesome description for us. At least you've been visiting the good places where people are nice. If you think that it's fast driving around here, then you should go to Montana, because Montana's got some very wide open roads and you can just fly down them. So if you need some speed sometime, next time you come back, then go visit Montana.
Okay.
Yes.
Maybe we will try.
Yes. So what has been the highlight of your trip so far? Because having a 2-month trip in the U.S. is fantastic. But since you've been here for a couple weeks now, what has been the thing that has stood out the most for you?
For business, we are glad and proud to hear from customers complaining about us. Accomplishment. No,
Complimenting you?
Complimenting, yes.
There you go.
Everyone is satisfied with our product quality and also service because we keep stock here in the U.S., fast shipping. Everybody is pleased.
Yes.
And they are happy to meet us.
Great.
And for pleasure, the other thing we did in Texas, we go to watch the SpaceX rocket launch.
Oh, man.
Oh, that's
I love that.
That's surprisingly, I don't know how to describe that.
Life-changing experience.
Yeah, you should say that.
Yes. I actually have a photograph down on the showroom floor that was the first time they were able to have the rocket come back and land.
Oh, yeah.
So it's really an amazing photo. And the man who took it did time lapse of it so that you have the whole orbital rotation of the rocket coming back down to land. It's very, very a momentous occasion for the SpaceX team to be able to make that thing land, because that opens up so many more opportunities in the future. So we hope to be able to visit that one day ourselves and see that. That was a great thing for you to be able to see while you were here, for sure. So going back to your business aspects and being able to meet people and see where you send your product to, and you had the luck of being able to see the highlighter kit that you made for us on the bike and meet the customer. He was thrilled to be able to meet the people that actually made the bodywork kit that was on his motorcycle. I think that's really cool. We send motorcycles all over the world, and it is also very humbling when you know that they make it, 8 weeks in a cargo container on the ocean, because those containers are very rough. And when they get all the way to the other side and get taken out, and you get pictures of people on the motorcycles that you shipped so far away, it's really a great feeling to know that you're impacting somebody in a very positive way, halfway around the world, completely around the world. Yeah. So that is a lot of fun. What did you think about the bike night that you got to visit with us the other night?
It's interesting. Yeah. I wish I could attend more of these events and to see different riders, to see the people, how they decorate their motorcycles. It's we even see a lot of fairings from us on the bike. Yeah, that's amazing experience.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think the replacement bodywork kit industry, let's call it an industry, because before it became affordable for people to buy a whole kit, you would only see people buying bodywork for race bikes, the fiberglass bodywork kits. So it was very expensive to replace your stock bodywork. If you broke one side, it could be hundreds of dollars or over $1,000 for one piece. Yeah. And the aftermarket bodywork companies that have come out over, I guess, about the last 15 years, has really made it affordable for people to either save all their stock bodywork, or if there's a tip over, which with motorcycles, sport bikes, it's going to happen. It is customizable. It gives it their more personality, a little bit more personality for them, be able to pick the color that they like. And if I can share, I do believe if somebody wants to have your company make them something custom, you can do that.
Yeah, sure. We can. We'd like to do some customization jobs for customers, because as a motorcycle rider myself, I want to be something unique. And I don't want it to go in a crowd and nobody sees me.
Yes. Yeah.
I want to stand out and show myself, show the personality.
Good. So tell me a little bit about what the motorcycle culture is like where you're from in China.
I didn't involve about the culture. Most of the time I ride alone. And that's, it's like a therapy.
Yes.
Yeah, riding
we hear that often here.
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah, it's true. When you have too many things in mind, you want to go for a ride. You don't think about anything. Just focus on the road and enjoy the wind.
Yes.
And a little speed, maybe.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Yes, we'll give you a phrase to translate back in to Chinese. Here we call it throttle therapy.
Throttle therapy. Yeah.
Throttle therapy. So how would you say that in Chinese?
I have to think about that. Throttle therapy. 油门治疗.
Say it again.
油门治疗.
Okay, and that makes sense? They understand?
是一种治愈.
Relax.
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 Okay.
Relax.
Relax with a throttle.
Yeah.
That's good. That's very good. Is there a motorcycle culture in China where you are?
Yes, it is. I've seen a lot of motorcycles on the road, on the street, maybe some ride in groups to the mountains and enjoy the curves. Yeah. It's kind of like in the US, where a group of people ride together and they get to a place and they talk, gather together and talk, maybe have a snack.
Hang out,
yeah. But drinking is prohibited.
Well, we like to discourage drinking and riding here, but
Sure.
you know,
Yeah.
people will do certain things.
Back in China, it's not allowed. It's against the law. So, yeah. Bike cultures, I remember once that might be 7 or 8 years ago, we have a motorcycle travel fest in our city. And all the riders from the country come to our city and they have a concert there. And people from different provinces riding different motorcycles, they gather together. That's a big event, but that only happens like 3 or 4 years once. Not too much, but we got to see a lot of riders.
And how many people would that be in a group? Is that hundreds or thousands or dozens?
I think it should be thousands.
Wow.
Yeah. It's
So
really
very big event.
I think Harley Davidson might sponsor that event. They try to sell more motorcycles for sure.
Of course, yes. Everybody's trying to sell more. That's for sure. Yes. So most of the time when you see people riding motorcycles or scooters, it's their daily transportation there, or
Yeah, for some people, yes. That's for me. Even I have around 1 year. At that time, I have to either drive or ride motorcycle to the office and drive back home at night. And that lasts 1 or 2 years. And also my wife has to drive even longer distance than me. So I give her the car and I ride the motorcycle.
Okay.
That means my only transportation is the motorcycle.
Okay.
Besides that, you have to take the bus, and that's too crowded.
Yes.
Motorcycle is very efficient transportation means, and it's someone says it's dangerous, but I think if you obey the rules and be careful, it's okay.
Yes.
And you don't have to be afraid of the traffic, because what I usually do is if you got in a traffic and every car is stopped, I just go around the side and go to the front of the stop line. So when the traffic light turns green, I'm going dash for the first one.
That's
and
awesome.
then again, next red stop, next red light, do the same thing.
Okay.
But I don't do that when cars are moving.
No, probably not a good
That's
idea.
dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So because so many people are on scooters and motorcycles, do you feel that it's a little safer because people are looking for them and they're expecting you to go around them at these stoplights and things like that?
Yes, I think so. If there are more motorcycle riders, maybe the city will consider about a bike lane in the road, which will be better, of course.
Yes.
And if there are more motorcycle riders, the car drivers will watch for them, and they will keep a little space for you to go around them. But if only a few people are riding, then I think the driver just ignores.
Do you have the same issues that we have here? I suspect you do, now that everybody has cell phones all the time. Is there more kind of what we call here distracted drivers, people looking at their phones and not paying attention to what they're doing?
Yes, sure. That's very common in China too. But maybe not near the traffic lights, because in China, there are a lot of surveillance cameras. They can record you and you get punished.
Oh, okay.
For looking at the phone, talking on the phone.
Okay.
That's not allowed. Maybe it's
while
better,
you're in your car.
Yeah, in your car while you're driving. Yeah, that makes the bikers in danger. Really, it's dangerous if you are distracted when you are driving a car and you don't look. that's really bad.
It's also dangerous for bicyclists and pedestrians
Yes.
and animals and everything, right?
Yes.
It's pretty much
Even
people
the
wanna-
driver himself.
and other cars.
Mhm.
Yes, I think it is a phenomenon kind of worldwide where people are just not paying attention.
Yeah.
And anybody, another car, bike, bicyclist, all that, I think it is kind of, we've all increased our risk factor. So hopefully by talking more about it and pointing that out, that it's not just motorcycles being, quote, dangerous. It's actually the oncoming traffic or the people not paying attention that are increasing accidents on the road from being distracted, not the motorcycle taking the rider and throwing it down on the ground. So I like to point that out and talk about it, because if there's more motorcycles on the road and if people are paying better attention driving, everybody should be able to get where they're going with no problems.
Okay.
So,
I remember last time I visit US, I got a sticker, a yellow sticker from a shop. I don't remember which one, but it says, "Watch out for motorcycles."
mm-hmm.
I get it back to China and I put it in the back of my car.
Oh, thank you. That's awesome. Everybody should have that sticker for sure. We have some here that say, "Look twice, save a life." Motorcycles are everywhere. So it's something that, people do try and create awareness. Yeah. But the good thing is, if somebody does drop their bike here by themselves or has a little bit of an accident, you guys have a great product to help them make their bike look new again, right? So yes. So we don't want them to have car accidents, or we don't want the motorcycles to have an accident with a car. But if they maybe drop it in the parking lot, you want to be there to help them, right?
Yeah, sure.
With your products.
Even if your motorcycle is parked and someone back-ended.
Yes, that
or
happens
even
too.
Someone tried to steal your motorcycle and break your fairings.
Yes. We've seen all that. We had one in here recently that there was a vindictive ex-girlfriend that spray painted her ex-boyfriend's motorcycle. And she didn't have much talent in the spray painting arena, so it was not very pretty. But I don't think he was very happy about that. So
yeah, come to us. We will make customization jobs.
Yes. Good. So you've traveled around the world, right? You've been
a
to
little bit.
some places. And what do you find similar from the United States to some of the other places that you've been to in terms of motorcycling? Or do you find similarities, or do you think that other countries are very different?
I just been to several countries, and India and Japan and US. Japan is very, very different. They drive on the left, so it's different. And we seldom see motorcycles. Maybe we should have in big cities like Tokyo, but we didn't see many motorcycles on the street. In India, tricycles, I would say.
Yes.
It's very popular.
Yes.
And it works like a taxi. And it's cheap. But with the traffic, I visited Mumbai. The traffic is terrible, even worse than Los Angeles.
Yes.
Yeah, and motorcycles, I don't see them. Just tricycles. Work as a taxi.
They call those tuk-tuks or...
Tuk-tuks.
Tuk-tuks,
Yeah.
yes. They have a lot of scooters there, though, don't they? And little dirt bikes, I think.
Maybe, but I didn't see in my
Where you
trip.
were?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think maybe the major cities, you'd see maybe less of it, possibly. I'm not sure. I haven't been in those places, but I've talked to people from there.
Maybe this question goes to Grant.
Okay.
He's been to European.
Okay.
Let me explain. 他说你去过世界其他国家，你有没有在其他国家看，就是路上骑摩托车的，跟美国有什么相同或者不同的地方？
你说欧洲的话，都骑踏板车，街车这种看的少。然后日本呢，都骑那种很老的车。泰国呢也骑踏板车。就是全美我见过最多，就全世界见过最多的地方呢，就是骑这种街车最多的地方就在美国。OK， 这么说就行。
He said in European it's more popular for the scooters, motorcycle.
Okay.
Same thing as in Thailand. But in Japan, he saw some old motorcycles.
Yes, retro motorcycles are very
old
popular
ones.
there right
Yes. But all over the world, the sport bike is very popular in the U.S.
now. Mm-hmm.
It's the most popular place for sport bikes.
Yes. Oh, good. Very nice. Well, with the products that NT Fairings is making, I think you have a new product that you're bringing out, right?
Yes.
And what is that about?
The carbon fiber fairings or parts for motorcycles. We started maybe last year developing such carbon fiber parts because last time we see here some bikes already have them, and we think it's a good market because China can make everything. It's easy for us to make carbon fiber parts and sell them to wherever it needed. And we see a lot of demands. On bike nights, we see a lot of bikes with carbon fiber parts. And also we talk to the riders. Everybody loves carbon fiber look.
Mm-hmm.
And even if they can't afford too many parts, they start from one and another piece, another pair of pieces,
Yes.
little by little, and they try to get the carbon fiber. And another aspect is the racers. Carbon fiber is very lightweight. It is an advantage for their bikes to be lighter and they go faster. If we were trying to develop such race carbon fiber fairings too, maybe we will have them in the market in the future.
Okay. So possibly springtime for race season, or will that be 2026 or 2027?
We will need more time for developing that.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. That's good. So in your personal motorcycling experience, is there anything that you have a fond memory of for riding yourself, or some fun experience or funny experience that you've had that you recall?
Yeah. Last time I ride, I go to a gas station and a car driver is also filling up. And he asked me, how fast could this go? I said, like 120 kilometers per hour.
Mm-hmm.
He was astonished. Wow, a little thing like this can go that fast?
Yes.
Yeah, it's surprisingly.
Yes.
It surprised him, yeah. And I don't go that fast on the street. You know, it's always a street speed limit. It's 70 kilometers per hour. That means like 45 miles.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't speed a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And for the bike I have is just a CB 190, one cylinder.
Oh, one cylinder.
Yes.
That's awesome. I don't think we have an import like that here. No, I don't believe so.
I used to ride my dad's bike. That's even smaller. It's GX 125, also one cylinder.
Mm-hmm.
And we have big bikes in the country. Some people ride them, especially for the young people. They want to experience the speed,
Yes.
excitement. But
Well, it is fun.
yeah. But my family, actually, they are against me for riding. They don't want me to ride motorcycle. They think it's dangerous. In Chinese, we call it 肉包铁. That means your meat is outside the metal.
Okay.
Your flesh is outside the metal.
Yeah, I can understand. I can
dangerous.
understand that. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, you work in the motorcycle industry and you need to support your industry that supports you. So We just need to make more people that are driving the cars that are really the problem. We need to make them pay attention.
Yes.
I think that's the big thing for that. So have you had any other experiences talking with motorcyclists here that stand out? Did you see any motorcycles that were very funny or amazing compared to what you would see at home?
Yeah. We see a lot of bikes that we don't know, we never seen before. And also in this line of work, we see a lot of motorcycle pictures for the fairings,
Mm-hmm.
We can recognize motorcycles and just a glance.
Mm-hmm.
But there are still more and more motorcycles we don't recognize. Because our work, we don't make fairings for those motorcycles. And yeah, I find them a lot of things we didn't see. That means even bigger market is there. We didn't.
But you don't know.
Yeah, we don't know.
Yeah, that's okay. I have the same type of issue. I've been in the motorcycle industry for so long, and there's been just so many different motorcycles. And now some of them are so complicated. Like I couldn't even probably figure out how to turn some of them on. They only have fobs now. There's no keys. You have to push this button and turn this and have the fob in a certain spot. And, it used to be all simple. It was much more simple when they weren't so electronic, and I can still spot them fairly well. I actually can really see older ones very easily, but the newer ones, sometimes the years blend together. But we have a couple guys here that can just look at a bike and by the headlight or something on the side, they know exactly what year it is. I can tell you what it is, but maybe not to the specific year they can.
Funny thing is, if you see a motorcycle naked,
mm-hmm.
none of us can recognize which year is that, which model is that.
Yes.
We have to recognize according to the fairings.
Yes. Well, every bike has its own little distinctive detail. And once you figure out what that is, then it's real easy to know that, certain R1s, the bug eye headlights, those were only made in certain years. And for us, it's a lot about the headlight configurations. And it's also difficult when they've made a model for so long. It's not difficult. It's easy. It gets easier when they make them for a real long period of time. And then that, this 4-year span, it looked like this. And but it takes a while to remember all that. And then for us, of course, we have so many other bikes, all the cruisers and the adventure bikes and all the other things, dirt bikes. It does take a lot of brain space to keep up with it. So for me, I don't worry too much about those details anymore, but I still do like to know what I'm looking at. So are there other markets within the motorcycle industry that you're thinking about getting into?
Maybe ATV, UTV, something like that. And race fairings. We did a little try for the fiberglass, but it didn't turn out right. It's kind of a trouble to make, to transport them.
Yes. Again, going back to the containers being pretty rough on shipping things. Yes. So there is a big dirt market here for sure. Off-road stuff is very big here. I don't know if people would be interested in custom bodywork for ATVs, but you never know.
Yeah. You never know.
Yeah. Okay.
People will have strange demand.
Yes. Well, does Grant or Henry have any questions for us?
就说你觉得在他看来啊，这个摩托车这个运动啊，包括这个 business 啊，未来会是什么样子的？如果是它是一幅场面或者是一个画面的话，应该是怎样的？大概就这么意思。
He want to ask you to describe the motorcycle industry in the future. What do you think it will be?
For the United States specifically?
Yes.
The United States motorcycle industry in the future, I think, is going to be different. And that is because we seem to have lost a fair amount of younger riders to video games, skateboards, and we have seen more younger riders lately here in our store because we sell used motorcycles, first-time riders, things like that. But overall, the industry, the manufacturers failed to appeal to young riders for a while, for about a decade. They kind of forgot that they needed to make motorcyclists to be able to have the whole entire life cycle of a lifelong motorcyclist. At the time, Harley Davidson and Honda, probably BMW as well, were looking for the older riders that had the money to spend on the big Gold Wings and the Electra Glides and the expensive motorcycles. And basically everybody forgot that we need young riders, because when you ask people, how did you start riding motorcycles? Most people will say, when I was a kid or when I was a teenager. Nobody usually wakes up when they're 35 or 40 years old and says, today is the day I'm going to go learn how to ride a motorcycle. We like it when that happens. We do. But after talking to thousands of people, myself personally, about their first time riding, it's all youth. So they started definitely teaching people to ride, trying to appeal to schools to talk to kids about motorcycles. And we see some traction with that, but the motorcycle industry has just less people involved in it compared to 25 years ago. And I think that we'll see a interesting mix of electric stuff in the future, not tomorrow, but possibly in 20 years, 10 years, probably 20 years, more electric motorcycles. And I think the fuel, the internal combustion engines will be something that people will want to have in addition to that. But it also is going to depend on what the manufacturers are making.
Okay.
If nobody makes gas-powered motorcycles, it'll be electric or hydrogen or hybrids. And the kids now, many of them now, are riding electric bicycles or the Stasis, and that we see is going to project them towards leaning on those electric bikes.
Yeah.
We were the oldest electric motorcycle dealer in Atlanta. We had Zero Motorcycles for 13 years, and we recently gave up that brand. And it was just not working here in Atlanta. We, after 13 years, answered the same questions, the same 3 questions over and over again. And we don't see that people are ready to adopt electric 100%. So I think the future is going to be some mix of internal combustion and electric. But hopefully in another 10 years, there's another fuel source coming out that's very interesting. Hydrogen has always been very interesting to me. So I think that it is, if I am successful in talking with people across the industry and getting a bunch of new riders, then we'll see more people in the future.
Yeah, hope so.
And that is the plan, because I think with people needing to save money, people being conscious about what they spend, economy and things like that, it makes sense for people to ride motorcycles. And how that translates for other people to understand that if there were more motorcycles on the road, it would be less dangerous. But also if we have different penalties for car drivers who injure motorcyclists or bicyclists or pedestrians, that people might pay attention a little more. So I think that the fate of our industry really heavily is on the OEMs, the manufacturers, for them attracting people into it, but also dealers like WOW and others to do things like this, talk to people all over the world, talk about riding and what it looks like in your country and how we could make it look like that here, where motorcycles aren't just a toy, but it's something that people use for day-to-day transportation. So I don't know exactly what it will look like, but I think that we have a very good possibility for making it a much bigger future.
Great. Thank you.
Yes.
简单的说一下，大概是啥意思？
他觉得就是 Let me explain.
Sure.
将来可能是有一些电动车会加入到这个摩托车的
对，这也就是我刚才
市场里面
谈的是，
对，所以说这个电动车还是传统的摩托车，这个是之间会有一个算是冲突，也会算是一定是一个共存的这么一个状态。也是说有将近一代的年轻人被这些摩托车这个厂商给忽略了，因为年轻人骑摩托车的现在见的并不多，这整整一代人都被忽略了，是因为这几个大厂子他们要赚更多钱，他们造的车更贵了。
OK，
年轻人买不起，他们还是找一些老的汽车的人去市场往这个方面去推。但是目前也有改观，也有很多厂家会出一些比较适合初学者或者年轻人去购买的这些车辆。
OK，
这也是一个改观。
OK，清楚了。
So maybe we can also work something out for electric bikes parts. Yeah, that's the future market.
Yes. What is the electric bike percentage in China versus gas?
Bikes, we don't see a lot, but
Really?
scooters, which doesn't require registration, that's very popular
Of
in
course.
China. Yeah,
And what about electric bicycles in China?
very popular.
Very popular.
It's very convenient. Usually the ladies will ride that a lot.
Yeah.
Also kids, but have to be 12 years above
Really?
to ride the electric bicycle.
Oh, okay. That's interesting that they have an age limit on it. I don't know if we do or not.
Even to sit on the passenger seat, you have to be above 12
Really?
for a motorcycle.
Okay.
So my daughter is just 11. She can't ride with me.
Yeah. Does she want
until
to?
next year. Yes, she want to try.
Okay. That'll be fun. Are you going to teach her how to ride?
I think I will.
Yes.
Yeah.
You should. You should indeed.
先生，你再帮我问个问题。OK，你说这个是我们走了这么多店，这么多年，我是唯一一个在店里面建有录播设备的，就是我不知道他是基于什么样的考虑去做这个事情，而且他觉得在这个事情上，就做这个事，觉得对他的生意上是有什么帮助，还是他喜欢跟大家更多的人分享，大概就这么，就是把这个直播的事再问。OK。
So Grant has another question for you.
Okay.
And we visited a lot of shops, motorcycle shops, and yours is only one with podcasting equipment in the office. The only one. We're not. He asked why and why you do this does it help your business, or what's the how to say what?
Reason?
Yeah, reason.
What's the reason?
Yeah.
So that's kind of a long story, but I was very involved with moto vloggers, and moto vloggers are guys who ride around guys and girls who ride around on motorcycles and tell stories and things like that. And that became very popular for distributors, OEMs to sell their products because they'd say, hey, here's a helmet. Talk about this helmet and you can keep the helmet and we just want you to talk about it. And then that kind of moved into, well, we're going to pay you to do this and this. So I met some of these guys and I saw an opportunity to help them connect with the companies that I knew, because as a business owner, I see the struggle that not only I have, but companies like yourself or Parts Unlimited, Icon, everybody has a struggle of trying to figure out how to reach people.
Yeah.
So where you put your advertising efforts is pretty important, especially now when there's so many different ways of advertising to people. So we saw that these guys were having, 100,000 followers, 200, 300, 400, 500, then 1 million.
Yeah.
more than 1 million. And then it's gone way up from there. So this was 2015, 16, somewhere in there that this kind of started happening. And it was something that kind of grew out of that, the podcast idea. And it was something that I felt was important to the business.
Okay.
But it was only something that we could do when the time was right. Even though I wish we could have done this 5 years ago,
Okay.
we only had the space and the opportunities to start it now. So it is important to me for this to reach a different audience, because my underlying goal with this, talking to people from around the world, not specifically the motorcycle industry, but you guys happen to be in the motorcycle industry, is to bring a different audience in to consider riding. So what I was telling you about the future of motorcycling, I really feel like this podcast for us is a very good way of attracting people in that might not think about motorcycles and might not think about motorcycles as a everyday transportation, because the whole goal is to talk to, you guys happen to be in the fairing business, but I want to talk to somebody who's a banker and somebody who's a plumber and just all kinds of people, and get their friends and family to listen and hopefully go, hey, I live not too far from work. I think I'll ride a motorcycle. Yeah. So it's also just a good way of engaging your audience, engaging people who like to hear about people from around the world or down the street about why they like to ride. It's very similar to what you see go on in the parking lot at the bike night, people talking and exchanging stories. And it is just a popular thing to do right now. Okay. And I hope that it has its intended effect, but it's a long-term goal. I know it's not going to happen tomorrow. This is a very long process, and it's something that we've been knowing we were going to do for a long time.
Cool.
Yeah.
You should keep going. Keep on doing that.
Yes, we are going to. We know that the video media is very important to any business. And we actually were very, very invested in YouTube when it first started. Oh. And unfortunately, we suffered a pretty bad catastrophe when a third-party company deleted our entire channel. It was really bad, and it set us back a long time. But it is, you live and you learn, and you do what is most important for your business at the moment. And the YouTube is something that we didn't really get back into, but we use it for our inventory videos right now. So are you going to start a podcast for motorcycle fairings?
Actually, Grant has thinking about that.
Yeah?
Yeah. There's a time I tried go on live when I was working. Yeah. Some customers really said hi and joined me.
Yeah.
In a live casting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I think it's not suitable for. We don't have a topic. That's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
So we stopped, and we have to rethink about how to do this thing in the right way.
I would say that yours would be more or less a YouTube channel on how it's made, more in a mechanical engineering type thing of the machinery and what it takes to produce them. And, anybody can do anything. Yeah. If you get the right personality, the right character involved, you could do it if you want to.
Cool.
You just have to find out the right, it's a formula for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. So I have a question for Grant, because he has traveled more than you and Henry.
Yeah.
Is that right? Okay. So we wonder if there is another woman-owned dealership like this in the world that he has seen, because so far we think that this is it. An independent dealership this size solely owned by a woman.
Mm-hmm. Okay. 他问你一个问题，就是说你全世界周游了这么多地方，有没有见到说有一个女人开的这么大的一个店？
摩托车店我第一个，唯一的，但是其他的生意我见过有。
For motorcycles, nah, you're the only one. But for other business, yes, he's seen a woman runs a big business.
Yes. Well, it was nothing that I had thought about before I had purchased the business. It's just something that came to my attention later when some people had pointed it out, and it just never had been on my radar. But I'm constantly looking to see if there is another woman out there that owns something like this. It's an interesting title to have and
it's fantastic.
Hold on to for a little while. So thank you for the confirmation. We'll continue to look for my kindred soul spirit, female-owned dealership somewhere else. So, well, tell us what you have planned for the rest of your time here. Do you have anything exciting?
Tomorrow we go to the acquaintance of the famous one. Sure.
Yeah. Where are you going?
Aquarium.
The Georgia Aquarium?
Yes.
Oh, okay. The Georgia Aquarium. Yes, that is the famous one.
Yeah. We can't miss that.
No.
And then just the rest of the travel is a road trip up north to North Carolina and down south, maybe to the Key West.
That's a long drive.
Yeah.
You have to be prepared for that. So you're you're driving north, yeah?
North to North Carolina. We haven't been there before.
We'll have to see if there's a Buc-ee's gas station for you to stop at.
We are driving a Tesla.
Oh, you can still stop there. It's huge.
Buc-ee's?
It's worth it.
Okay.
Yes. If you want to get a good shot of Americana, you need to stop at a Buc-ee's and have a barbecue brisket sandwich. It is something you have to send me a picture.
Okay.
I want proof that you went by there.
Okay.
And then you have to tell me what you think about it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yes.
We'll try.
Yeah. All right. So do you have any questions, any statements? Got to tell anybody any secrets?
没有。
Okay.
你跟他说 ，boss 老板的问题总是很多的。
Boss always have questions.
Okay. You can have a question. It's okay.
就是如果他想在这个利用这个录播设备把他生意更推一步的话，他会怎么做？就是或者说直播一类的事情，他会怎么做？你说顺便再说说，你说我们的国家这个很盛行这个直播，通常的话就是直播一场2个小时能卖1.5亿美金，不是1.5亿美金是吧？就能卖2000万美金。OK， 就2个小时能卖2000万美金。OK。
He says in China, it's actually popular to sell product with your phone, live streaming. And even the most sales we heard is
2000万美金。
$200,000 for sales.
Was it a lady who did like this is all
Yeah.
she does and she does everything like really, really fast? She picks something up and talks about it.
Yes,
I think that
yes.
was a Chinese lady.
And people just buy.
Yes.
They watch the live stream and they buy. It's
TikTok.
yeah,
TikTok sales?
对。
We'll have to investigate to see if we could live stream some motorcycles and sell. I'd love to be like Sonic and sell 1,100 of them in a live stream.
Oh.
We can try and set that goal, see what happens. Yeah, that would be fun.
Okay.
So
OK， 你跟他说有什么需要我们帮忙的话，可以，我们就在这个上面我们可以共同交流一下。
Yeah, if you need any tips or any suggestions, you can ask about us because it's very popular in China.
okay,
Yeah.
你再跟他说，在我们的国家的话，至少现在的零售在零售上面，至少30%被直播吃走了。
And for retail business, and he said at least 30% was taken by live streaming. That
I don't think that phenomenon has happened here yet, but we will definitely look into that. That's interesting.
yeah. 我觉得很有趣。美国现在可能还没有，
未来，
会关注一下这个。
Yeah, that's amazing to think that there would be that many people available to watch a live stream. But I guess some people have boring jobs. We have fun jobs.
Okay.
So we are not on the live streams all day, but I guess we can start creating live streams.
one thing that Chinese people work crazy, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Those influencers, they work night. Even in the midnight, they go live streaming, and people laying on the bed, they buy.
Oh, so they look and see when people are scrolling.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. I guess, I don't know if I could influence my right-hand media guy to be up here with me at midnight, but, you know, I think so. I'll give you the next day off. Come on. It'd be fun. It'd be fun. I'll let you wear pajamas. Just no bunny slippers, okay?
Yeah. Sometimes we wake up in the midnight and we watch the phone, TikTok,
Yeah.
and maybe order something just in these several minutes.
Oh, wow. So you wake up at night and then you start watching TikTok?
大哥，你帮我翻译一下，就是中国人有个习惯，睡前不看抖音，睡不着。
对，中国人也是 TikTok。
Yeah.
But they give you tickets for, they give you tickets for speeding. But yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to correlate something of that being very bad for you, and you should get a ticket for looking at TikTok at midnight. But that's okay. You're an adult. You can do what you want to do.
Chinese people, you know, before fall asleep, they must scroll the TikTok.
I don't think that's just Chinese people.
At least 30 minutes.
Yeah, we have a phenomenon here. We're calling it brain rot.
Okay.
And that's mostly from watching YouTube shorts and TikTok. Mm-hmm. It's where you can't think anymore because you get so used to just 10 seconds, 15 seconds, things going by. You can't focus and think about things beyond that.
Okay.
Yes. So, but hey, you know, if it sells motorcycles, that's okay. We'll do it.
Okay.
We'll jump right on the TikTok bandwagon and create some live feeds. Live from Wild Motorcycles at midnight. TikTok sale.
We can join you when you are live.
Okay. We'll come back at midnight tonight. I'll get some popcorn and we can put everything on sale. That'll be fun.
我看看表，时间快结束了，应该是。OK， 你说最后我跟他分享一个我看到的现象啊，就说是我们过来就看到所有的实体店。没有一个说的是生意越来越好的，对吧？但是从我们这边来看的话，我们的销量是越来越大的，所以说可能是更多的销量会到互联网上去，所以说我们是觉得它这个确实是很棒的一个方式，它可以就是说多一点关注和精力，大概就这个情况，把我们看到的情况跟他分享一下。
Grant want to share a piece of mind with you, a piece of phenomenon we see. For this trip we traveled, and you know, we visit a lot of shops, motorcycle shops, repair shops, like also dealerships, and most of them say that their business is not so good. It's going down.
Mm-hmm.
And that's true. That's what we see actually. But for our business, the fairing sales is still good. Pretty good, actually. That means a lot of sales went on the internet.
Correct.
Yeah, and customer just buy on every platform you can think about.
Yes.
And so he thinks this kind of a podcast or live stream is very good.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Yes. We do know that there's a big loss of sales in dealerships, what we call brick and mortar stores, to direct to consumer. So that is also why our government has been trying to place tariffs in because of the direct to consumer. The direct to consumer model is good for consumers, but when you're a business that makes its revenues from importing goods through the appropriate importing channels, say if you made helmets. All right. This is a very easy example because to sell helmets, you're supposed to have the DOT stickers, which means that you're having it tested through the proper government testing facilities. So when we buy them direct from the manufacturer overseas, whether that's Vietnam, Taiwan, China, India, other places that sell directly in, there's nobody looking and making sure that sticker that they put on there actually means that it meets that criteria. So just simply from a helmet perspective, a safety apparel perspective, we know that the company that makes this helmet pays a lot of money for all those tests to be done, to have certifications.
Yes.
And then they go that extra step for the consumer to be providing them with a good product. When the products get shipped over that are questionable, the person saves the money, but then when they can't get replacement pieces for it, or it's an inferior quality product and it doesn't perform the way that it's supposed to, they didn't really save any money in the long run, but they've hurt the local business or the local distributor, meaning U.S. distributor, U.S. business.
Okay.
So some of these things that the government's putting in place are to protect businesses like WOW and distributors that have, helped industries be built. There will be, you can't reverse on the direct-to-consumer model very much, though.
Yeah.
I don't believe. I think there has to be something in the middle, but when you cut out the middlemen, when you don't have a distributor and you don't have a dealership where everybody's trying to make money, and the customer, the consumer, buys it basically at low pricing, it's good for them and it's good for the manufacturer who made it, but it's reducing the middlemen. So how we all work that balance out is also going to be what's going to shape the future of retail stores in America. There's a lot of retail stores that are going out of business because of Amazon, online sales, and it's a rebalancing of things. People have gotten very used to stuff just showing up on their door for little money, for less money than what they would be buying it in the stores for. So we do know that we see people wearing products that we know they've ordered online from Temu or from eBay or Amazon that is apparent that it's not it's not an icon, it's not an Alpine Star, things like that. And the other thing with that is people have to learn on their own, because there's some companies that make very good products and there's some companies that don't. And like for shipping stuff back, if you buy something, say you buy a $20 t-shirt, comes from China or somewhere else, and you take it out of the package and it's supposed to be an extra large and it's this big, and you say, oh, this is wrong, I want to return it. They'll say, sure, go ahead and return it. You just have to pay the shipping. Well, that $20 t-shirt had the shipping included, but then when you go to try and ship it back to China, you try to ship something back to your country from here. You're not going to get it for free. It's very expensive. So the person would pay more in shipping it back than they would in the whole shirt. So if you have that happen to you a few times, then you're going to be less likely to continue that behavior. So then they'll say, well, I did this a couple of times and I didn't get the product I wanted, or I couldn't return it. So I'm just going to go back to buying here or there. Yeah. So it is, it's a delicate balance right now. And it is something we feel and we see personally. We have probably less part sales and accessory sales than we have in the past. Yeah. And we watch the people that come in on bike nights. We see what they're wearing. We see where they're buying, and we know it's a lot online.
Yeah.
So every dealership has a way of combating that. And it is just with the younger generation that's grown up with their phones in their hand and everything is buying it right here. That's what we have to learn to live with and learn to adjust to, and figure out how we can all still stay in business and support the industry. I don't think anybody feels like they want to live 100% online. Sure. You know, people want to be able to come into a store and see things and touch things and try things on. So I think there'll be a turn. I think there'll be a change, and people will want to support businesses and get things put on or buy things directly. Obviously, buying motorcycles online, you can do it because we ship stuff all over the place, and that is more accepted practice. But not very many people feel comfortable doing that. But it is probably 10, 20 years down the road going to be the way everything is done? And how do we all fit into that? That's what we have to figure out.
Yeah, that's true.
So what other question does the boss have?
Nope.
No?
That's all.
That's all?
你说我们期待着，如果大概就说是如果他要搞的话，我们可以一起合作一下。
We have to figure out the new generation problem together.
Yes, we
We
do.
work together.
Yes, we'll work together.
磨合
Yes.
Yeah, we got a lot of ready stock here in the U.S. Have to sell them.
超过1000万美金的话，
Well, you have a lot of competition as well.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's true.
Yes. And I think the only way for you to beat your competition is shipping time.
Okay.
And I think by you having your product here in the US, because we know we've been working with you for a long time. If you don't have the kit that we need, then we know we're
Have to
waiting
go
6
for
weeks. We're waiting 6 weeks. And it's on time. Every time you guys tell us it's 6 weeks and it's 6 weeks.
Okay.
But in the mind of most people who are been so trained by Amazon to, same day shipping, next day shipping, 2 day shipping, that's tough to compete with.
Yeah.
That's very tough to compete with. So that is really one of the best things for you is that you have a lot of product here. And it's a 3-day ship time or a 5-day ship time, depending on what warehouse it is. So, but then you have to have the right things. And that's one of those funny things about inventory, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes. You always have everything but what that person's looking for. You have the year, but not the color. You have the color, but not the year. Yes.
That's the same question for a lady who always missing a dress in the closet.
Yes, I have some dresses and I never have the right dress for the right occasion. I've got the color, not the length. I've got the style, not the color. So it is the same issue. We all seem to be missing a key component every now and then. So yes. Well, I really appreciate you taking your time out of your trip and coming back for this podcast. And we welcome you back again in the future. And we can have some chats about how we're shaping the future together of motorcycling, making more motorcyclists on the road here in the U.S. and inviting people to come and visit you in China. That would be fun.
Yeah.
So if anybody wants to go to China, they'll show you around. You'll have a guided tour.
Yeah.
Be a little less apprehensive if you know people there. That would be fun for sure. All right. Well, I'd like to conclude this World on Wheels podcast. I'd like to encourage you to like and subscribe. And if you listen to this on any other streaming platform, just put it on your list or make it a favorite. And we'll see you again soon. Thanks, y'all. Appreciate it.
Thank you.